I have a couple of things in open topics that I like to address because this is something that I have been thinking about a lot lately. So I wanted to get y'all's perspective. What did you learn from your last relationship that you're putting in practice in your current relationship?
Right?
Two to the
Oh,
king,
Ooh,
so much.
she's
One
so
to
messy. Lord, she's so messy. That's what
Ooh,
messy. Ooh, wee. You can tell she the
ooh.
baby. Just messy.
Two to the real cage,
Lord.
one to the chin.
But I'm gonna
what?
start this off. I learned a lot
I
from my
just
last
started.
relationship.
I just
Huh?
started.
I
I
know
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
just
Well, you go
overran
ahead,
Auntie
Marva. I
Marva.
didn't hear her. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby girl. Because I
I
did want to
said,
start.
I said two to the real cage, one to the chin.
Oh my gosh.
It did
Oh,
not make you violent.
Have
Put it
not hit. I have never hit. I'm just kidding. I,
I'm gonna have to send that international number.
mm, mm, mm. Poor thing.
never hit.
Lord.
We're gonna have to send him the international number.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
so,
not
so
even his fault.
so somebody text me his number so I can send him the international number. Mm.
Okay. Marva, are you finished?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I learned a lot from my last relationship. It brought me to my higher self, definitely. And it stems from putting other people over me. Like it just summed that on up. I put myself first, self love first, and I was pushed to heal, really truly heal, as well as be. I'm very, I'm more like I wasn't before. Like I voice what I really, really want, and I stand on what I really, really want, and I don't tolerate foolishness to no degree. I'm goofy. Everybody knows that I can be goofy as all get go, but yeah, my feelings are real, and you're gonna that respect. Gonna put some respect on my name, my Birdman voice. Put some respect on my name. But no, I learned a lot about myself, and the healing process I went through after that relationship was just absolutely necessary and beautiful. There you go. There you have heal.
Auntie Janisha.
My last relationship was we worked together. Actually, I worked for him and he cheated me out of a lot of money. And being the Capricorn that I am, throughout my whole dating career, I have not been concerned with money because I always knew how to go get it. That was not my concern. I knew how to build me, build us, support him, support what I'm doing. It didn't matter. This go around, that part didn't change, but what changed is what it did was cause my plans, what I had set up for myself to change, how I allowed him. And I will say that's my responsibility, how I allowed him to manipulate me and my monions, as my daughter would say, my money. What I learned from that is that it's not always so easy to bounce back, Capricorn.
Here, here.
Don't take that thing so lightly. So what I've been wanting to do was go up there to his house and no,
Okay,
but
I'm gonna have to send him the US number for
That's not domestic. They ain't together
no,
no more.
Auntie,
we're not
see,
together. So that would just
Auntie,
be
your messy topic got my sisters about to get roped off. I'm gonna need you to change the dynamic of your topic, women. Mm-mm.
but what okay, so what is yeah, that I can't bounce back because I am 50. How many times is that gonna come out in this? I'm not young and spry like I used to be. I can't continue to start over at a certain place with anything, with my feelings, with my money, with whatever. Everything counts at this stage of the game in my life, and that relationship taught me that everything from this moment on, well, that moment counts now because I just can't keep going through anything. Even though all those things are different, I don't need to be going through anything that I have to, or could possibly have to bounce back from. No, no, that's what I learned. Oh, and I further learned too that forgiveness is not necessary. I don't care what they say. Because I've been struggling with that. I ain't really been struggling, but people been struggling it with unto me about how you need to do this and that and the third. And I just still haven't found it. So what I've learned is that no, still not necessary for me. Still not for me. But that's just me.
Well, I have did great things for me. So
yeah, it's for Tamira and the other Christians there, but
I ain't no Christian help them.
Oh.
Okay. So Auntie Marva, do you want to elaborate or
I have not touched, I did not hit him.
okay, she on the defensive.
My last relationship, all of my previous relationships, I had no problem with going over and beyond the call of duty for my significant other. Even if that meant sacrificing myself. For the first time in my life, this time around, you got to win me. You got to work for me because I know what I'm capable of giving. I know what my heart can do for the person that I love. I want it in return. I demand it in return. I no longer, because I used to think in my head, I used to think, I don't require much to be happy. I don't require much to be pleased. That is no longer a thing to me. I took the time to learn me and learn some things that no, I do require. And it's a lot now. That list is long. So that I am satisfied. If we were to ever part and go our separate ways, I do not want to be 100%. Like I guess it kind of go along with what Poochie's saying. I don't want to be totally dry and empty anymore because we can't keep starting over. We can't keep starting over. I require things. I require attention. I require affection because these are things that I give that I know every human being likes, even if they don't like to admit it, or needs, even if they don't like to admit it. I require attention and affection and love and laughter and joy and some of your time. I require these things now, so I put that into practice and I flip a table over if they happening. Not on him. Just in front
but
of
he
him.
better move.
No, I mean that's why I say I walk away as soon as you start showing them red flags. Oh, got to go. But you go match this because you got to match this energy where I give to myself. This self-love, baby, you got to match it 100%. Because I'm gonna match yours 100%. Period. Ooh.
So
yeah, just walk away. Choose walk away, y'all. Not jail. We're too old for that too.
So
gotta be quicker than my reflux. Go ahead, Auntie.
So for me, I've learned from my last relationship that I need to be a higher priority. Not the top priority, but I need to be at least in the top 5. So yeah. So in my next relationship, because I don't know this about me, but well, I didn't even know this about me, but because I've only had 2 relationships so far. I need time in between relationships so that I can analyze and look at the pros and the cons of the previous relationship to see what I need to take in the next relationship. And I need something to measure it by. I realize that. I'm like, I need something to measure my relationship by. The next relationship that I get in, he has to get at least a 70% on my Liam Neeson test in order for us to be in a relationship. I know y'all shaking y'all head. I know y'all laughing. Go ahead.
Oh, God.
I mean, your list is your list.
I know that's right, girl. Put them against that man.
So yeah.
Are you going to tell them? Are you going to tell them? I got to ask this. Are you going to tell them where this list is coming from?
If they, I'll tell them.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah.
My auntie is gangster, period.
Because he is my ideal man. He has all the qualities that I look for in a partner. And actually, he was the one who actually gave me the idea because he was in an interview, and the interviewer was asking him how he picks his scripts, and he said they have to pass his T test. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That would work for me. That's how I can measure the next person that I get into a relationship with. So I was thinking about that with my last relationship. He only fulfilled 40% of that test. So there was a lot, even though we were together for 5 years and we had a good relationship, there were a lot of things that were lacking. And those things that were lacking were things that are very high on my absolute list. And so that's why I said I need to have a way to measure that.
I actually like that. Go ahead, girl.
So
steal it.
thank you. You can steal it. You can use it for what's this not Killmonger. Who is it?
Girl, Michael J. White, don't you get his name wrong? Stop it.
Marcus. Okay, yeah.
Because he can beat Lim up. Do you understand that he can beat Lim up, a dog? We'll go there.
I'll protect Liam. Okay. So the next thing that I was thinking about in your relationships, when you recognize red flags, do you ignore or address them?
Oh, I bounce.
I talk too much. I gotta address it.
I bounce. I'll address it, but if they respond, match that red flag, though I pay attention now. Oh yeah, I'm gone. Not even gonna stick around. Because I see it as this: we're all adults. So I had to put in the work of self-healing, self-development, all this stuff on a day-to-day. Baby, you gotta match that. You cannot come in slack. No, I'm not accepting that anymore. That's not an excuse no more. I'm tired of I gotta take time out to help a person. Nope, not gonna happen no more.
So let me ask this question. When you say red flags, are you talking about like deal breakers or
Yes.
like just 100% deal breakers? Nothing that's just
okay. Here's an example. So I had this male friend. And
what's his name, Auntie?
you know you met me.
You weren't supposed to say his name. I was just playing.
Early in our relationship, he would I was just starting my mobile notary business, and I had just gotten a mobile. He would call my mobile, and if I didn't answer, he would call the home number. And if I didn't answer, he would call the mobile again. And he would keep doing that until he got me. And I had to tell him, if I don't answer my phone, then I am busy. Leave me a message and I will get back to you when I am available. So that was red flag number 1. Red flag number 2, we were on the phone having a conversation, and I guess I was moody, and he made this comment about looking at his calendar and going, oh, that's why you're moody, because it's almost time for your cycle. I'm like, you are not my lover. Do not track my cycle. I don't even track my cycle, and it's mine. We do not have that type of relationship. So don't be tracking my cycle.
Oh,
so
wow.
That was red flag number 2. So he always stayed in the friend zone. He never got past the friend zone. So those are red flags for me.
Yeah, you have a response to that? Because I have a question for that one. Marva, you had the question for that, but I had a
Go ahead. Go ahead, since it's on it.
My question, Auntie, although that is very forward for him to say that, like, pardon, right? But at the same time that he would be paying that much attention to you. You didn't find that? Because I would find that like, wow, dude.
No, I found that creepy.
I found it as a narcissist. Auntie, you was right.
I found that as controlling, and creepy.
Yes, that is.
No,
that is narcissist.
That's not what a narcissist is.
Yes, they do. Baby, I've been looking up them videos. Go watch those videos.
Okay, all right, because everybody put one out and they're saying everything is narcissism.
Yeah,
and that's not what.
No, to me, no.
That's controlling. Nope.
To me, it was
That is not
controlling.
controlling.
Oh,
He
yes.
made
Yes, it
an
is.
obnoxious statement, but how is it control?
No,
Where's
Because
the controlling part was
the phone part?
yeah, the phone part
Yeah,
was the controlling part. The tracking my cycle was the creepy part. And
yeah, I
maybe
get creepy.
can I address this?
go
Can I
ahead.
say something about this? First, she said when he used to call her mobile phone, she didn't answer because she's busy. He called another phone
Oh no,
and
no,
she
no! I'm
couldn't answer.
sorry.
Hold on,
I was only
hold on,
asking
hold on,
about.
hold on.
Wait, Michelle, hold
Hold
it.
on.
I was only asking about the tracking her cycle part. I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it
not
ties all
asking
into
anything about
one why
phone.
I says narcissist
No,
behavior.
no.
I would like to
Okay,
address
okay.
this.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
Now I get it, but I wasn't
let me
talking
have
about
the
the phone
flow.
thing.
I'm gonna say it for the
Go
ones who
ahead.
don't know. When she would not answer her phone, and she would try to address that, he would put it off on something back to her. He would deflect off of her, trying to put healthy boundaries up about whatever status they was in. Narcissist, period. Controlling.
Now, can I comment?
Go ahead.
If that's not
Go
what I was
ahead.
talking about, that's not
Can I
what I was.
comment?
Go ahead,
Go
Auntie
ahead, Mark.
Marva.
On the flip side, I have had a man that tracked my cycle, and it wasn't narcissism. It was the fact that he was tracking it because he wanted to make sure around that time, like he would recognize, me being a little off, and he would do nice things just to try to comfort me in that area. So it's not
That's
all
why
men feel
only about that part.
narcissism.
No,
Some of them
y'all
really.
missing what I'm saying.
No, I
He
understand.
No, no, no.
utilized.
Let
Wait,
her
let me finish. Let me finish. Let me
let her
finish.
finish. Let her
Let me
finish.
finish.
Okay,
Finished. What I was saying was, I understand that y'all, because of him and what he was doing, his things led up to narcissism. But the fact that a man tracking a period doesn't necessarily say that's narcissism, because it can be awareness. Like, oh, well, okay, she's,
that's not what I was saying.
let me.
It
Right,
absolutely.
right.
Wait, God. Okay, go ahead.
I
Auntie
didn't say
Michelle,
that. The
let
point
Auntie
he was.
Marva finish. Let
Go
her
ahead,
finish her point.
because that's not what I said.
I never said that's what you said.
She was just making a comment.
Right. And you keep defending what you were saying, Michelle, but at the same time, you didn't stop when I was clear on what I said. Then you should have said, "Oh, I didn't know that's what you meant." You just want to keep making your point, baby. And I was
No,
only
what I was
asking
trying to say
about.
is
I know I get see you
it
wanting
all
to get.
tied into one that he was a narcissist. I don't mind a man tracking my period if we try to have a baby or like
That
Marva
was the only
said,
question I asked.
thing. Make it a narcissist when you want to deflect and use it as something like I'm being rude or whatever. You want to use it as an excuse for your behavior. That's what I was saying.
But I will say this too: a narcissist. There can be a narcissist who's not a narcissist 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
Follow me?
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Next topic.
Know who ain't gonna be there.
I ain't finna be
So
there neither. Damn.
so in your relationships, because you guys have been married and are currently married, do you split your finances 50-50? Do you share everything? Just curious, because I know how I feel about it.
I didn't in my first marriage. I paid for everything. He wasn't working.
My relationship was 100% evenly, but it was a lot lacking because of financial issues. But when it was there, both parties.
In both of my marriages, everything went into a pot and the bills were paid. And by me, they trusted me to do that. But that's what I grew up seeing.
Okay. So me,
So I don't understand the 50-50 thing.
I feel totally different. And maybe it's because one, I've never been married, and two, I am just very independent. So if I were to get married, I'm going to have my bank account. He's going to have his bank account. We will have a household account, and that's just how it's going to be. And plus two, I have a business. So I have to keep I have to keep things separate.
But Auntie, you live on the West Coast where y'all all new school like that. That's just what y'all do.
That's just what we do. Oh, okay. So it's a West Coast
That's
thing.
West Coast.
Okay. It's a West Coast thing. Okay. Only us West Coast people are advanced enough to
Advanced. Okay.
to have our keep our money separate. Yeah, no, because, and I guess too, because I live in a community property state, and if something were to happen, I am not selling. Look, I worked 6 long years to be able to afford to buy my house. I am not selling my house to give him half of my nope, not happening. We will be signing a prenup stating that my house is my house, my business is my business, and he doesn't have any say so in either.
Are you
Okay.
saying that? Are you saying that
Oh,
your
that's
house
right.
that you own right now, if you were to get married, it would automatically become y'all's house? Is that what you mean by community state?
It's yeah, we're in a community property. Yeah.
But like, so you're saying what you had prior to the marriage is not just yours? It would become his? That's what I'm trying to.
I don't want to take the chance that I don't want to take that chance because I have the house before marriage. It would still remain my property. But, because, people are shady. And so I would feel better having a prenup stating that my house is mine. And if the marriage doesn't work out, he leaves and I keep my house and I keep my business and he doesn't get to have any proceeds. And I'm just going to tell you that household account, the mortgage is going to continue to be paid out of my personal account. So he can't say, oh, well, I contribute to the mortgage. No, you contribute to the utilities and the food. That's it.
Well, I want to ask you a question. Do you believe in those relationships where never married, just together, Diane?
Well, yeah, I do.
Okay. I mean, there's
But
nothing
I'm
wrong with it.
just saying, if we get married, if we get married,
Do
I
you?
mean, unless he would be open to, I live in my house and he come and visit a couple of days a week and he keep his house and I go and visit him a couple of days a week, that will work out for me too. But
Oh,
but
okay.
maybe I just have, a skewed view of marriage because I've never been married and I've never seen a healthy marriage. So,
I met a couple like that actually out here on the road. They are truck drivers, but he lived in California and she lived down in Sebastian, Florida, over where we are at, and that's how they have multiple houses, but she went ahead and retired, and he continued to grow his trucking business and the real estate business, and that's how they live. They see each other not that many times out the year, but they're comfortable with it. So
right.
I was impressed. I thought it was beautiful that they could have a reunion, a connection like that. I thought it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to get really, really messy now. You guys are probably going to hate me after this one.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you know how I'm like into relationship shows because I'm fascinated by relationships. So they have this one show called Seeking Sister Wives, and now they have a new one called Seeking Brother Husband. So my question is this: if there was no monogamy and the only relationship was polyamory or polyandry, and I'll explain the difference. Polyamory is when the male is the main person and have multiple partners. And polyandry is the female is the main person and have multiple partners. Which relationship would you choose and why?
If there was no monogamy, why is there no monogamy?
Because your only choices are
Oh, because just
polyamory
in
or
the scenario,
polyandry. Yes,
there is no option here.
there's no
Okay,
options. Those are your
I thought it
two
didn't exist.
choices.
Okay.
No, those are your two choices.
It's enough for me to go around.
But right, but which one would you
All
choose?
right,
Would you choose
Tupac. I get
polyamory
Obviously,
or
obviously, I'm going with the poly. I'm the polyandry.
poly?
I'm the main. I give main character energy. Okay, I'm not. I am not number 7 on this roll call. I give main character energy.
What is that main character?
Call, call me a hooker. Call me a hooker. Call me what you want. I give main character energy. I'm sorry. That's just where I fall at.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there and give the unpopular answer, what I believe to be unpopular. I'd be with the polyamory, the him with all the wives. Simply
Polyamory.
because, yeah, I'm not main character. I'm main on my stuff. And what I'm there for is what I want to do. I don't want to do the other helpers' job. I mean, the other broads' jobs. That's for them to do, and they need to hold up their end of the bargain. Because I like doing stuff I like to do.
That gives me
That's,
a lot of tasks.
that's
You gotta.
yeah. I don't want to be doing all that, and I don't even want to have sex tonight. That's why you got 7 wives, bro. Gone. That's me. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So,
Okay.
I get to share responsibility with somebody. Sure, let's do that.
Okay. Okay. Auntie Michelle, which team
Either
are
one.
you?
Either one will work for me.
Either one will work for you.
Either one would work for me.
Okay. I am.
I done got to a point in my life that I don't want either one of those, but I can see myself fitting in with either one.
With either one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm polyandry all the way. I want to be the only female in the bunch and just have my little subjects.
Sound like a bunch of people that's gonna get on my
Can
nerves.
I just be being a madam and just like have a
Yeah, I could do that. Let me run the household because
You want to delegate?
y'all finna mess up.
You delegate.
I could do that. Yeah.
You can
Absolutely.
delegate.
Make sure everybody doing their job. See, if that's my thing that I get to do, I'll be that. You know what, Auntie, you don't know this person in my life, but my sisters do. That was what he chose me for, to manage.
Oh.
And then I found out that position in that particular dynamic is called the crone, the older woman.
Yeah.
That runs everything, makes sure everything goes smoothly. That, yeah.
Oh.
I was like, at first I was offended, like a crone. That don't even sound right. Until I really looked it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's me. It's a madam, pretty much, but of her house, not
just okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have for open topics.
But I'm
anybody have anything for open topics?
No.
Right there.
I do not agree that should be a thing.
Hmm.
I don't. And I know that everybody has a past. And I feel like a lot of times in the higher courts, people either are getting paid for some of those decisions or they have things in their past that they're like, oh, we can do that, huh? Get our stuff,
Right.
save me. And I have always cringed at the fact that, not even cringed, I just sit back and watch it because I don't have a dog in the fight of this. People do things in college and they would just dumb college days and call it the time in your life when you should be making mistakes. No, all your life you're making mistakes, but I don't think that we should be promoting that. And the reason why I feel that way is because if you have money, especially in this culture, if you have money, then those things are seen as just dumb things that a kid does, even though you're 20 something. But if you don't, those things do follow you. And then we have some of our politicians and judges and all those people that have these things that they did in college. Yeah, they were young at the time, but at the same time, they were old enough to be making a decision. We have children that are doing very heinous crimes and being given some really adult sentencing. And I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree with those, but if at the time you do the crime and you're caught and you get the sentence, why is it that when you're a full adult, just because you're a judge now, we get to say, oh, you were just a kid and you were 20.
Mm-hmm.
I do not agree with scrubbing it all out because I believe we all deserve the opportunity to go and do a background check as to who we're going to be around. I don't agree with that coming this way. I don't agree with it being allowed over there. I just don't agree with that, because what else now do we have to hold in front of our children and say, the decisions that you make as a young person will follow you? They're making things so easy for people to just not have any standard for themselves and not make those dumb decisions just because they're young and it'll go away. That
Right.
really bothers me. Our young
Right.
people are already with the don't judge me and the that this, that, and the third. And then that would be another level of, oh, and then one day I can just have a petition and it not be there at all. So let me go ahead and break this law. Let me go ahead
Right.
and push this um, rule. It was really bugging
Wow.
the way that they were framing this. And when they finally came out with it, because they kept saying he was a kid in college, kid in college, kid in college. He was 25. All of my
Well,
actually
25, you can still be a kid in college.
still a kid, but really my, my children are that age, and I'm not one of those parents that don't feel like they can't do any wrong. I think that my children are intelligent enough to know that their decisions 10 years prior to now, 10 years ago, no, good and well, there's consequences. But we're telling people that there's really not any consequences. It won't follow you. You don't have that thing to
Auntie
look for.
Janisha, can I ask you a question though?
Go
What
ahead.
if it's a what if your child did something that you like it can hinder them from a big opportunity later? Like what's your intake on that then?
My child, first of all, I didn't raise them to be whatever, or maybe I did. Let's just say I was that parent, right? My child
Hmm.
is still not incapable of making a decision as to right and wrong. We all
Right.
are making decisions as to right and wrong. You and I were speaking earlier on something that I did wrong, and I said I know that I should have been dealt with for that particular thing. I'm not going to share it on the air, but that's some I was wrong. Period. The
So
reason
I
why I was
mean,
not dealt with that is because it's okay with society.
so do you think with those things happening, will people actually take the responsibility of the community of trying to correct people more, or do you think it's going to, well, just let them go ahead and do it? Then we, like you were saying, it could just get expunged, it could just get erased.
I
Do you?
think it'll be like that. And plus, I don't think that, I really don't think that it will affect um, minority peoples either way. And I feel like none of us have a dog in that fight, simply because I would imagine you have to have money to get a lawyer to go to these higher courts. I don't really know how that works, but
Hmm.
we see how there's a double standard with the law and who's given which types of sentences. And then when you're gonna come before a review board is how they're framing how it will probably work out. And we know what from some people's experience that review boards are often biased just because it's
Right,
innate in us. Even the AI
right,
has these biases that's built in because of the programmers, right? So it's not
right,
going to assist people that maybe it should or could assist in the first place. So I just see um, it being a way, taking all of that out of it, black, white, it doesn't even matter. I think what it does to our young people is to say you can live how you want to live and let it all hang out, instead of having a level of decency and integrity, because it's going to follow you, baby. You can't just live your life any kind of way, because
right,
you
right,
there's a
right,
life
right,
ahead
right.
of you. So it matters. Your husband doesn't want to know that you don't slept with everybody on campus. Your wife doesn't really, I mean, we deal with it
You
because
just let your husband know you went
but
on a date for
you know what I
money.
mean? So if all these things can be scrubbed out,
Uh,
and to answer your question, you said suppose it was my child, my
yes,
child, I'm gonna have to um, be okay with the fact that which is that way right now. My children do something, there's consequences for that. We want to do everything for our children, but just to be fair, like I'm not, and I know, and one of them have seen, if something happens and it's not your fault, you could have this or that or whatever, I'm gonna support you.
right, right.
I run
It's
down
people
there,
out here
clean
already
up
pay
the
for
house.
that anyways now.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna
and
I'm
I
gonna
find
put
it
up the
unfair.
house
So I can see where you're
for
coming
your
from with
bill.
that.
But if it's something that you could have avoided and you've been warned about, and these people you shouldn't have been hanging around, or maybe you're those people and other people shouldn't have been hanging around you, whatever. I'm not running down there to the police station, putting money on your canteen and all of that on rotation because you could have been out here with me.
Mhm.
There's a
Right.
way that we just don't support foolishness. And I think that's one thing that's most likely coming down the pipes since it's already been okayed across the pond, as they call it. That isn't okay for foolishness because they're just kids.
So do
Right.
you do you think that, well, okay, so do you feel that it shouldn't be for anything? I mean, I can understand them not doing it for something serious. Like, I would want to know if the person that's coming into my life was involved in domestic violence or some type of violence. Um, but if it was like, I'm trying to think of
A petty theft.
Ye right, yeah. So, depending on what he did, if it was something minor that didn't, result in some sort of criminal charge, would you feel that it would be okay in that instance, or do you just feel that it shouldn't be okay across the board?
I think it should not be okay across the board simply because right now we don't even have the thing and people are doing what they want to do. That's the one part. Everybody's making their decisions and you can find out what they're doing. The other thing is I might not be okay with petty theft.
Right.
True.
Right. Right.
You might be
True.
okay with petty theft, but we both deserve the opportunity to know who is around us if that's what we want to do. Like I don't check everybody out. I'm not even saying I know who's around me now, but I'm talking about the potential for me just not to know at all if I so choose.
Right.
That's just not fair.
Yeah. No, I agree. I get it. I agree. I just wanted to get clarification.
But the more of the not more than it not being fair, I think it just really is sending the wrong message to people that we're supposed to be teaching um, that there is consequence for actions. And I think that we teach more by what we're doing. I really do think that our young people are misbehaving in the ways that they are because we as adults are doing it. So we should really need to start there with us. But at the same time, to make such a law is us again,
Right.
people our age and older that are saying, "Yeah, just let them get away with it," because I've done some stuff.
You
No,
know
Well,
what?
well,
you
you
know,
guys mentioned, yeah, you mentioned the AI, and that and that triggered a story that I heard about this woman that got arrested because the AI misidentified her.
You're right. But you know what? They already got stuff in place for that. So I can see the extreme what Johnny should talk about because you can get something expunged easily, especially as petty theft and all that. You can get that stuff expunged. Those laws have already service purpose. So I can see where she's coming from there.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see if that passes here in the States or not. I'd be interested in seeing if they're, and I wonder if they will put it to a vote for the public, or if they would just vote on it amongst themselves. It would be interesting to see where they
Oh
go
yeah,
with that.
I
But
definitely
you
see the number who are voted in.
but
yeah,
but
I
you are
think
but you already know how I feel about that, because yeah, you guys already know that I get upset with the government telling us what, well, not just the government, but with people telling other people what they can and can't do with their bodies and stuff like that. But
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
yeah, and that's just the point. Like, okay, if you're gonna do this with your body, there are consequences, but not if you're gonna do this with your body, then nobody ever has to know. That's just the wrong message.
it is the
Everything
wrong
needs to be
message.
on the table that, yep, this could happen, disease, pregnancy, just all the stuff, a job later,
Yeah.
whatever it is. And you
Yeah.
weigh that out because you're intelligent enough to do so. But we
Yeah.
Right.
take all those things away, we're letting it all hang out. I just don't agree with that. And that's the
Yeah.
collapse of
Well,
our
Well,
society.
well, I would like to know the whole, because I want to know the whole picture so that I can make an informed decision.
right,
It
right.
it's
And I
something
want to,
about
I definitely want to,
forgetful law, or the forgetful clause, or something like that. It's something about forgetting.
wow.
And
But I have a,
yeah.
I have think because it's a lot of sex offenders come in. So if you're doing that, and I'm just saying that can open up some. And the more she's talking, the more I'm listening, the more I'm kind of like, no, right there, there. I mean, some extreme people coming to this country as is, and we can't even track them because they either sneaking in or the America's not doing those full backgrounds, the real street background. Oh, I'm with. So listen, I don't think that's something we should be trying to.
Okay.
That's really
I'm
knocking.
sorry.
That's really knocking us on the devil's door.
So I found it, and it says actually from um. So the case is the Castilla case, COSTA. I mean, I'm sorry, COSTEJA, Castilla, and this was on May 13th, 2014. And because it's so long ago, because I keep on wanting to say it's not here yet, maybe coming here, but this is from 2014, from what I'm seeing. Then it's probably already on the table, right up under our nose. It's going to be ushered in, right? But it's called the right to be forgotten. It is a human right. That's
Huh.
how it's on the internet.
Interesting.
Yes, right. Yeah.
It says
Hmm.
it says it applies to countries covered by the DGPR, the EU, and the EEA, and some other European countries that have adopted similar laws, like the UK and Switzerland. So yeah, they're kind of the big brothers of the whole thing. This is only the military arm over here. So yeah, it'll be a thing here, since it's yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
But again, I don't think that it will help people.
Mm-mm. We already don't take accountability. It's a lot of healing need to go through America before stuff like that come in. Those laws right there can really be for people or a country would partake in healing. This country do not partake in healing, and a lot of people here, and I'm with Auntie Janisha when she said this. A lot of laws allow us to scapegoat of taking accountability for our actions. So, just saying.
Wow. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to research that. I'm gonna have to research that. So,
Yeah. But
okay.
I do have
So,
an open topic.
okay, go ahead, Auntie Michelle.
Y'all ready for this?
Go ahead, Aquarius.
Hold on. You know what? That's what we were talking about right there. Haters. Haters.
Go
Mm,
ahead, Credit Day.
mm.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Aquarius. Which way is your wind blowing today? Hit us.
If you let me talk, I'll tell you. So, period. Should you address women coming into your home? You got a significant other, dress it any kind of way.
Wait, should you
Family members, how should you address?
Oh,
Would you tell them to stay away from your house? Would you address it? Feel like you should address it, your significant other should address it. But how do you feel about people dressing in like kind of skankish
any inappropriately. Yes.
in front of your significant other?
Yes. I think you sent the video for us
Hmm.
to talk
It was the
about.
one with the auntie with the girl.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
we have no problem with I don't want to say checking, because we tend to speak to people um in a loving way. And we generally, right, Michelle, we get a good,
Oh yeah.
we don't really have people around us like that.
Mm-mm.
But the answering your question, I feel it's my responsibility, because I'm a woman, if we're talking about girls. But I'm also a mom, so I've told young men to pull their pants up too.
Oh yeah.
So I
Definitely.
have
So I'm
zero
talking about the board
problem
across
with
the
saying,
board,
yeah,
dressing any kind of way because some of them dudes will be sagging. I can see a little too much. of your person, even when you're sagging.
Yeah.
A little girl with some shorts up her behind ain't no different than a young boy with his pants down below. You can see prints of his private area. Same difference.
Are you doing in here?
Not up in here, you ain't.
Right. I I have addressed that on several occasions with young women coming you know, yeah, I've addressed it. But no, you can't come into my house looking like a hoochie mama now that I know what that means. And whether I have a partner or not, I
That's
mean,
true.
I understand that this particular video, she was upset that her niece was dressing like that around her partner. But me, it doesn't matter whether I have a partner or what or not. I don't want to see your body. I just don't.
It's crazy. It's crazy because
Exactly.
when me and my daughter talked about this, I said the same thing. Oh, forget him. I don't want to see yo. I don't want to see all that either.
Mm-mm,
And what we talking about? Take that junk to the clothes where you that works to the streets. I don't want to see it either. I don't want to see little cheats. I don't want to see saggy titties. I don't want to see none of that. I'm
mm-mm. Yeah,
tatas. My bad. My
yeah,
bad.
no,
But I'm just saying. I don't want to see none of
yeah.
that.
I don't want to see that. So if you come to visit Auntie Destiny, just make sure that you're dressed appropriate. Cause
Right.
I yeah, look, I don't even want to see it at when I go to the grocery store. Okay.
Exactly. But I can't tell them what to do. Child, I done something, girl. Been walking through the store and look over and be like, oh my God, I ain't gonna never hit the lottery messing with these heifers right here.
No,
I'm
because
just saying, God, golly, why I gotta look at if you think that's cute, you like looking at you. Look, I get it, baby. I get it. But dang, all this don't want to see it. I ain't
mm-mm,
saying nothing about you ain't fine. You ain't none of that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't want to see
mm-mm.
you look the black cheeks. I don't want to see you
Look,
little red cheeks. I want to see it.
when I leave the house, I make sure that the girls are contained. Because the girls
Hello.
cannot be going out flopping all over the no, they're too big for that. They have to be contained. No. Mm-mm.
Well, if they was raised the way we was raised, better right say you can't show every you can't show your teeth you can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. That speaks volume right there. No, ain't what
Right.
we doing right now. Let them keep them guessing at least. I mean, you can give them just enough. From guessing, babies, it works. It
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah. Have a little mystery. Have a little
You know,
mystery.
we say something to the little things. Girl, and the little girl was like, "You're just jealous. You bad your dude gonna want. Why would you want your auntie man to want you? That is not cute to say. Why
No.
have that became a thing, baby? Like, why do you want to be a second? Pick yourself first. That is so that's screaming everywhere. That second pit mess. And when they say stuff like that, why would you want even somebody will have slept with anybody you know to see you in that light? Huh?
Right.
What we talking about? I don't want nothing, nobody I know that had. Give me that new. I don't care if I gotta go to Africa to get it. I don't care if I gotta go way across the country and Dominica somewhere to get it. I want the new. I don't want nothing you had. Like,
Right.
come on, what we talking about, bro? Ugh.
Right.
She was
So
upset. She was way in her feelings. Yes, ma'am.
yeah. Auntie Janisha, any final thoughts?
No, y'all hit everything. I a cat got in my house. I'm sorry. I had to lure him out.
Which one? Who is
Oh,
that? Was it
Sorry.
Aries or what's
Sorry.
Tori again?
Yes, he is bold.
What is in there that what is it that she won't? This is the second time, ain't it?
No, constantly. I just forgot to put the barrier up today.
oh. He won't let you pet him, but he'll come into the house.
Right. Because they know
Yeah.
I'm safe, but they're using me as a toy now, and it's just they're about to make me go out. They're about
You
to make me
Ah,
me and
look, you
me and
they
the
just
PETA people are about to get real close and too personal. if these cats
No,
don't start acting right.
you think
Auntie Janisha, you recorded for us so we can watch you have interactions with the cat.
They are-
look,
uh,
they just want to play.
no,
Just
because you know
what
what? The last time that I had a cat, and my kids grew up with a cat. We've had a few. I like animals, but the last one that I adopted, it kept jumping on my counters in my kitchen, and I'm not that person.
no.
Oh yeah.
Yuck and yuck.
Mm,
Yeah,
We're
mm,
no.
not doing that.
mm.
So I took it back to the pound, and they were rolling their eyes at me, but it was like, yeah. So you just take it,
No, you
whatever.
just train them because
Do what?
mine she knows she is not allowed in my kitchen.
I was shell shocked.
She already knows that she is not allowed in my kitchen. Now she will test it. She will see if today I'm gonna let her, but she'll sit there and she'll look at me like I'm sitting here near the kitchen. Are you gonna say anything? And as soon as she take a step, she already know. She know before she do it. You train them not to do that.
Yeah, well,
She
I'm
know
training these
she
feral cats. It's enough that I'm
she
allowing them to live here on the property.
she knows what she can jump on and what she can't jump on. She knows what she's allowed to do in the house, just like the dog. She knows where she's allowed to go in the yard and where she's not allowed to go. She knows where her boundaries are, but will she test it? Of course she will, because
Hmm.
they're like kids.
Hmm. See, but that's my
See,
thing. My grandchildren go home to their parents, which means that my children have their own home. I don't want something that I'm really responsible for like that. So if I gotta train it,
mhm.
it can stay where it is. That's the men that I meet. I'm at that age where no, you gotta come.
Child, I'm trying to tell you.
You gotta come
Mm.
a certain way right now in my life. I'm done training. I'm done.
Period.
Okay, but the way that they were with their previous partner may not be the way that you want them. So you do have to let them know what is acceptable and not acceptable for you.
Exactly, but that's not the same as training.
To me
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
right.
That's just we're having a conversation and being open with our expectations.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
Yeah.
different.
Training.
No. I'm not
Oh,
gonna do the
thanks.
brothers like that. I'm not doing it.
I'm just
You're
Exactly.
trying to get me in
I'm
trouble.
just
I'm not.
kidding.
We're not here to tell them to sit and stand in bed. No, not
Except
doing it.
except put that seat down now. I won't fall in the middle of the night in the toilet and get a wet butt. I don't
Uh-huh.
do that.
Training.
Maybe that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I get it. A little bit of training.
It's just
Oh,
what
thanks.
it's just all your it's just your perspective. That's all it is.
Yeah. You're right. I see it.
It's your perspective.
But this
Yeah.
cat, they're gonna have to stay outside because I live in a tiny home and I just really don't want that in here.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's funny.
Them and they little
Oh,
friends, what they gonna bring in?
My pets are my
Tits.
my house plants. That's what I have.
and your chickens.
Yep, and they're outside though. I mean, in house, it's just
Oh, in the house. Yeah.
yeah.
So, ladies, this has been fun. It's always sad when it comes to the end.
Speaking of, I'm glad we were able to lighten the show because the first part, although informative, I believe, and I'm hoping that people got something out of that, some tips that they can use. Oh, and we have to give those. Don't forget to give the
Oh, yes. I
lifeline numbers and stuff.
yes. So the
But yeah,
lifeline numbers is what is it? Sexual assault mental health national helpline is free, confidential, 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 800-662-HELP or 4357, or you can text them at 988, and then I will, as always, include it in the description along with their website, which is findtreatment.gov.
And you can also just dial 988 and it'll put the call straight through.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
Cool,
As
cool,
well
cool.
as listeners, again, on those setting up any wills, and it
Right.
could be wills for your health or life wills or whatever. If you need help in that area, please reach out. Send your information over to the email, and I will contact you personally myself, and I will, give you the information you need. So
And
Do you
the
have a
there you
e
more
go.
personal number?
and the email that Auntie Michelle is referring to is auntielisten@gmail.com, which she left out, like I'm supposed to know what the email
Right.
is.
Um,
What
well,
were you gonna say, Auntie Janisha? Aquarius. What were you gonna say, Auntie Janisha?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. You know what we need to have? We need to
What?
have an eggnog show. 'Cause I think that would be hilarious. Invite
I do
everybody.
not drink
Oh,
eggnog.
next me either. I don't have to tell y'all that I'm not drinking eggnog. Hint, hint.
Oh Lord.
Do what you want to do when you show up to the party. It's a party, huh? But
Right.
next month is like we're in the holiday season,
Yeah.
and we are not
Right.
encouraging the misuse of things here. Please hear me. But let's bring our hair down and get something to sip on, and maybe that's what we can do at the next show. We're gonna discuss that and see what's up.
Okay, yeah, we can discuss it
Auntie, you don't
among
even
us.
drink. Don't. Auntie sounded so hyped. Like, Auntie, you don't even drink. Girl, sit down. Have a seat. Please just sit down.
I'll drink your
That was not
Wow.
for you, honey. What you gonna drink on some apple cider? Ah,
Yes. Yes, I will bring my apple
well,
cider.
go ahead, girl.
I'll spike it and give her a hot toddy.
No, you're not.
Smoke
Mm-mm.
fruitcake.
See, this is why I don't go into a lot of public spaces because people be
People do
spiking
that.
stuff.
That's true.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And that's why if I'm at a restaurant and I go to the restroom and I come back and my drink is on the table, I will ask for a fresh one because I don't know how long that's been sitting there.
Right, right, right. That's true
Like,
now. That is so true.
yeah. So, but thank you everyone for joining us for episode 7 of Auntie Listen Open Topics. Okay, so if you could invite 6 people to dinner, alive or past, who would be on your guest list? Who wants to go first?
I don't want to go.
Auntie, she don't want to go. This is supposed to be
I want to
fun.
go.
Okay, go ahead, Auntie Michelle.
My granddaddy Sam. My stepfather would just pass. But I'll also have Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X. I'll definitely have Madam C.J. Walker. I need some insight on some business.
Okay.
I would.
That's
Baby
fine.
girl
We
was a
can't have no
hustler.
more. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yep,
No,
you
I
did
did. Only
see.
did 4.
That was
No,
five.
that was 5. You got one
2
more.
daddies. Oh, yeah. I got one more,
One
and
more.
I will have to say. Oh, oh. I would also like to invite. But dang, I would want 2 of them. Can I have one more, please?
That'll be
See,
seven.
she always,
Because
always,
it's 2
always
people. I just need to hear what they got.
want to
Already,
Cause
change the
already over your
rules.
limit.
Yeah,
okay, if I got to pick, it was either Prince or Michael Jackson, some Pit Michael. But I'm just saying, I want
okay.
Prince there too. All right.
See, Aquarius. See, people, Aquarius. They
There's
always
so
want
many
the
others.
rules.
Trust.
They always want the rules to bend to them. I'm surprised you didn't say
Absolutely.
I'm surprised you didn't say your husband, Marcus. What's his real name?
But he's still living. I can go find him sometime. I'm talking about
I
people.
said
You
I
know,
said
yeah.
Alive or dead?
I said alive or past.
Exactly. But see, Michael is still living. Michael, my baby, yeah, baby, you're still living. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna come across you. But I had to invite the ones who have passed so I could just spend a moment with them. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be selfish.
Okay. I did say alive or past. See,
Truly.
she can't even follow the rules. Who's
No, I knew
next?
you said dead or alive. That's why I picked the dead people because they'll I only get one day with them, but I'm gonna get a lifetime with Michael J. White as soon as I get my hands on them. Feel me?
Okay.
Okay. I
Yeah, I was expecting you to say him.
girl, I'm on a search. Just like you got Lim on your watch, I got Michael J. Watch on mine. And trust and believe.
Yeah,
Ah,
well, I'm inviting Liam to my dinner party. So who
right.
wants to go next? Auntie Janisha, do you want to go next? I think oh wait, she's in the fuel station. She's getting fuel. Auntie Marva, are you ready? She's like, look at that face.
So, of course, my daddy. I need my daddy.
Yeah.
And since Michelle couldn't do Prince, I'll take Prince
Okay.
because that's my boo. I definitely need me some Bobby Womack because that's my
Okay.
dog.
Mm.
And I always thought that I would work with him, and then he died, and that's just the most ghetto thing ever. Um, I would invite two more people.
Yes.
I would also invite. I would invite. Okay, we got Prince, my daddy. I need somebody that my daddy can relate to, so that this is an enjoyable meal for everybody. Because I don't think Daddy was a music head, and me and Bobby Womack and Prince are being our own little corner. So I would
Right.
have to invite Red Fox because him and Daddy would have a lot to talk about, and plus they'll make the whole conversation funny. I'm gonna change that. I don't want Red Fox. I would like to have. Well, yeah, I keep Red Fox, and
Yeah,
then
you got two more.
the last one will be Bernie Mac and one alive person. I want somebody that's alive. I need some other female energy.
Whitney.
Whitney was
Whitney's not
that's
alive.
that's too much energy.
Oh, oh, my
That's
bad.
that's too much energy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you know how I feel about my spirits, girl. So
I know, but
that's a whole nother topic.
I can't control her. That's she's gonna take over the meeting.
Right.
So
Oh,
I
you
would
still got Patty, LaBelle. You got all of them, girl.
I
Big. They live.
five.
I don't know how they feel about your dead kids, but yeah.
Lettucey. I would invite Lettucey because I'm a music head.
Oh,
I love
yes.
Okay.
no. I love her, but
India Reed.
I love her too. But I want a philosopher. I want a
Mm,
philosopher. So I would probably go with Wise King Solomon.
okay.
Nice.
That's a nice guest list. I didn't know half the people you mentioned, but okay.
So Wise King Solomon, you know who that is. Daddy,
Yes.
you know who that is. Prince, it's
I
my
know who
dog.
Prince
That
is. Yes. I just didn't know who Red Fox was.
Red Fox is from Sanford and Son, the old daddy,
You know.
and then Bernie Mac is another comedian. Mm, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't recognize those two names. I was like, okay. The other people I recognize, but those two, no. Okay, so since Auntie Janisha is still doing the fuel, so I'm gonna do mine. So mine, of course, is gonna be my dad because I love my dad. My nana, can't have a party without Nana. And of course, I have to invite, my sister Vi, my sister Linda, my brother James, and Liam. And Liam Neeson. That's my whole
She did
household.
7.
Was that 7? Oh, sorry. Well then,
Mm.
um, oh, sorry.
Either
I
way,
said,
I'm coming to your party because I love me some Auntie Linda. Hi.
uh,
I'm
Auntie
sure
Jana.
you and Marvels.
Huh?
She said she showed up to all of ours. I think Auntie John is still in the. I think she's stuck. She might be stuck. Okay, so what's the last thing you bought online that you really love?
Let me go to my thing, my past purchases and see what's
Oh,
above.
I bought my heating cup where you can just plug it into your cigarette lighter,
Uh huh.
and that's how I do my teas. I love my cup; it just cracked, and I just ordered another one.
Oh, okay. So mine was a Ninja blender. It's a little one. It's a personal one that you can carry with you, but I use it to make salad dressings because I was making my
Nice.
I was re- I girl I was using my big blender to make a little bit of a little tiny thing of salad dressing. I was like, I need something
Yeah.
smaller. Auntie John, are you with us yet?
So the last thing that I've purchased that I really love is my castor oil. Well, can I say two things?
Sure.
Castor oil is my new thing. I'm gonna show y'all. I've been using it every single day, twice a day, and it's been getting me right, y'all. Cause woo 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 woo.
Woo 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 woo.
Mhm. Yes, child.
I think I got it in the bed.
I
look,
got my castor too that I ordered, my black
look,
castor,
look. It's
and
in
I
the
Yeah.
love
bed.
mine.
It's
Yeah.
I've been trying to
Ooh,
find this been in the bed with me because I go to bed every night.
yeah.
That's the same one I have. Yeah. I
And every
love that one.
Oh.
It don't have a taste. I love it. I do a drop up of it. Well, Auntie Martha had to tell me to put it under my tongue, so I didn't even know that. But
well, I
now I use
ain't
that under
been
my
putting it under
tongue.
my tongue. I ain't even been putting it under my tongue. I've been putting it in my navel, and then let me show y'all the whole little ritual. So I put this in my navel, 5 drops. That's all you need after the shower, and then I make sure my navel is clean, and I just clean it with a little alcohol and a Q-tip or a cotton ball. But I lay down and I put 5 drops of this in my navel, and I just use my hand and just rub, circle of motion clockwise because you want to follow the track of your intestines. And then I just rub, circle of motion. I start in my navel, but then like the excess end up using that, and I go in a circle of motion clockwise, right?
Hmm.
Then I take this little towel, this little hand towel, and I place this over my stomach, like so, like that. Tabitha Brown. I put it on my stomach like this, right?
Okay.
And
Uh-huh.
then I have this Ziploc bag because I don't want my towel to get my thing to get oily. So I just take this and put it on top of the towel, and then I put my heating pad. I put my heating pad on top, and I just do that for like 5 minutes at nighttime when I'm going to bed, and
Hmm.
5 minutes in the morning when I wake up. At nighttime, it end up being like an hour and a half because I end up falling asleep with it on because it brings me down. It brings my body down. I'm able to relax. I'm able to I end up not even having to watch TV, nothing. I make sure everything that I need to do is done. And then when I wake up and if I feel like my body's hot, I just snatch it off, throw it on the floor. Because it got one of them handles that you squeeze and it get hot and you let it go.
Yeah.
And I just kind of tuck it up under my leg to hold it so I could just relax. And if
Uh,
y'all notice, my skin is moisturized. I'm not as ashy as I usually be when I get out the shower.
Hmm.
My elbows ain't as dry. Like I really started doing it to focus on my wound care, like restore my ovaries, and it helps break down fibroids and cysts, and um, rebuild up my uterus, and it gets rid of it detoxes the liver and the kidney because I'll remember we used to feed through our umbilical cord. The umbilical cord
right.
is to eat with, but we can still eat through it. We just don't feed it. So you can do navel pulling is what the islanders call it, navel pulling. You
Oh, okay.
put the stuff in your navel and heal your body.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, I can't do all her rituals, But yes, I do. In the morning, I drop it in my mouth, and at night, I drop it in my navel because I do fight with fibroids as well, and that's what got me back on it. And I will oil my feet because your feet will soak up as well, and I put it in my hair. So sometimes when I'm freezing my hair instead of that, I just drop it in parts. So I'm 100 off that. That was one of the truths online. Yeah, I gotta order me some more because I'm out. But yeah,
Okay.
I guess
And
so. It really works.
so if you ordered it through Amazon, send me the link so I can put it on our affiliate links.
Uh,
I actually ordered mine on Amazon. I mean on TikTok.
I order
Uh,
mine through Walmart because if you order it through Walmart, you can get I get the 3-pack,
oh, well, we well that
16.99.
well that is one of our affiliates as well because I put that on there for you guys.
Let me get it, and
Yeah,
I'll send you the link.
yeah. So send me the link and where you purchased it from, and then I'll add it. And so if our listeners want to get it, they can. We'll make it easy for them.
Right.
Well, guys, guess what?
We're at the end of the road.
Yep, we have come to the end of the road. We are at the end of another episode. It's always so sad when it ends. I'm always so sad. But I just want to thank our listeners for joining us again and supporting us. And we love you guys. And we hope that you're getting um, something out of our show, even if it's laughter, as long as you get something. And please let us know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. We'll we want to know because we just want to grow and improve. And until next month, namaste.
Namaste. Later.